Imagine you're casually scrolling through TikTok, playing a game, or watching a video like this one, when suddenly, your phone dies. You let out a frustrated sigh, wondering how your battery could betray you like this. But as you reluctantly get up off your bed to go plug your phone in, have you ever stopped to think about the incredible technology that powers your device? Well, get ready to learn more about your smartphone's battery than you ever thought you would. From the mesmerizing dance of lithium ions to the battles against capacity loss, we'll uncover the secrets behind the battery that powers your world. Are you ready to charge into the amazing science of lithium-ion batteries? Let's power on! Alright, let's kick things off with the basics. Just like any battery, a lithium-ion cell has two terminals, a positive one, the cathode, and a negative one, the anode. When these terminals are connected to your smartphone circuitry, electrons start flowing from the anode to the cathode, providing the juice your device needs to function. But where do these electrons come from? That's where our star player, lithium, comes in. In a lithium-ion battery, the anode is typically made of graphite. Yeah, the same stuff that's in your pencil. But this graphite is special. It's arranged in layers, like a high-tech club sandwich, except if you try and eat this, you'll die. Lithium atoms are tucked away between these layers, a process called intercalation. It's almost like an atomic game of hide and seek. Now, here's the crazy part. Lithium atoms are the social butterflies of the periodic table. They're always looking to give up their outer electron and mingle with other elements. So when you power on your smartphone, the lithium atoms at the anode ditch their electrons and become positively charged lithium ions. Meanwhile, the electrons take a trip through your device's circuitry, making all the magic happen, from lighting up your screen to blasting your favorite tunes. Ah, but there's more. As the electrons arrive at the cathode, usually made of cobalt oxide, they're welcomed with open arms. The cobalt oxide has been feeling a bit too positive lately, so it's thrilled to balance things out with some negative charge. However, like a lot of relationships, this happy reunion can't last forever. If the cathode keeps hoarding all the electrons, things will get unbalanced really quick. To keep the peace, our newly created lithium ions embark on a journey of their own. They travel through a special substance called the electrolyte, which acts as a VIP lane for lithium ions only. This way, the ions can migrate from the anode to the cathode without letting the electrons tag along for the ride. Once the lithium ions reach the cathode, they snuggle up with the cobalt oxide, forming a cozy compound called lithium cobalt oxide. This process helps balance out the charges and keeps the battery chugging along. That's pretty much it, the basic chemistry behind your smartphone's battery. Every time you use your device, lithium ions are playing a game of musical chairs, electrons are racing through circuits, and ions are cruising the electrolyte highway. Almost like a never-ending dance party in your pocket. But hold on a second, what happens when your battery status is running low? How do you get all those particles back to their original positions? So, your smartphone's battery is running on empty, and you're frantically searching for your charger. Don't worry, we've all been there. We're all nomophobes. That's the fear of not having access to your phone, by the way. But have you ever wondered what happens inside that battery when you plug it in? Get ready to have your mind blown, because the charging process is just as wild as the discharging. When you connect your smartphone to a charger, it's like throwing a reversal switch on the battery's chemical reaction. The charger starts pumping electrons back into the cathode, forcing the cobalt oxide to give up its extra electrons and return to its original, positively charged state. It's like the cathode saying, "Hey, lithium ions, it's time to pack your bags and head back to the anode." Meanwhile, the electrons that were kicked out of the cathode take a trip through the charger's circuitry and end up back at the anode. When they arrive, they're greeted by a sea of graphite layers, eagerly waiting to welcome the lithium ions back home. It's a great big happy reunion. As the lithium ions make their way through the electrolyte highway, they're attracted to the negative charge building up in the graphite layers. Once they arrive, they snuggle back into their cozy spots between the layers, a process called intercalation. And just like that, your battery is back to its fully charged state, ready to power your digital adventures once more. Oh, but we're not done yet. There's more to this story. To keep your batteries safe and happy, there are a few extra components working behind the scenes. First up, there's the separator, a thin, porous material that sits between the anode and the cathode. Its job is to keep those two lovebirds from getting too close and causing a short circuit, which can lead to a fire or even an explosion. Next, we have the current collectors, thin sheets of copper and aluminum that help distribute electrons evenly across the anode and cathode. They're like the battery's personal assistants, making sure everything runs smoothly and efficiently. Now, remember how we said earlier that lithium ions move back and forth between the anode and the cathode? Well, it turns out some of these ions are fashionably late to the party. Not all of them make the trip during a single charge or discharge cycle, which is why your battery's capacity can slowly diminish over time. I knew the man was doing something to make our batteries not last long. But don't worry, battery engineers have thought of everything. They've designed your smartphone's battery to be as compact as possible, folding and wrapping the layers like an origami master. And to top it off, they've added some super smart circuitry that regulates the flow of electrons and prevents your battery from overcharging or overheating. It's like having a tiny babysitter built right in, keeping the kids distracted for longer periods of time. So, the next time you plug in your smartphone, remember, you're not just charging a battery. You're unleashing a storm of chemical reactions and electron flow that would make even the most seasoned scientists' heads spin. Alright, so we've learned how lithium-ion batteries power our smartphones and how they recharge. But there's a dark side to this story. You know how it goes. You buy a shiny new phone and the battery seems to last forever. But as time goes on, you find yourself reaching for the charger more and more often. What gives? Well, it turns out that lithium-ion batteries have a few arch nemeses that slowly sap their power over time. I knew it! The man is doing something to our phones so they can sell more of them! Alright, calm down, hear me out. The first culprit is a sneaky character called the Solid Electrolyte Interface, or SEI for short. This pesky layer forms when lithium ions and electrons react with the electrolyte and other chemicals in the battery. The SEI is like a clingy ex-partner. It irreversibly consumes some of the lithium and electrolyte, reducing the battery's overall capacity. Just like when she says she wants to get back together while at the same time she's texting the guy she told you not to worry about. Oh, but there's another villain in this story, the dreaded deep discharge. When you let your smartphone's battery run down to empty, it can cause a buildup of lithium on the cathode side. This excess lithium can react with the cobalt oxide, forming new compounds like lithium oxide and cobalt-2 oxide. These compounds essentially behave like couch potatoes within the battery, just sitting there, taking up space and refusing to participate in the battery's chemical reaction. So yeah, the next time someone tells you you need to let your battery run down to 0 before charging it, you know they're either trying to sell you something or they're just full of BS. So, what can you do to keep your battery in tip-top shape? The key is to avoid letting your battery drain completely. Try to keep it above 30% whenever possible, and give it a little top-up when you can. It's like giving your battery a healthy snack instead of waiting until it's starving. But even with the best care, lithium-ion batteries will eventually lose some of their capacity. It's just a fact of life, like not being able to fit into your favorite pair of jeans from when you were 15. But there is good news. Battery technology is constantly improving, with scientists and engineers working hard to develop new materials and designs that can help batteries last longer and charge faster. So the next time your smartphone's battery starts to feel a little sluggish, just remember, it's not you, it's chemistry, and the man wanting to sell as many phones as he can. By understanding how these incredible devices work and taking a few simple steps in your care for them, you can help your battery power through its golden years and keep your digital life humming along. Wow, who knew that the tiny battery inside your smartphone was such a complex and fascinating piece of technology? From the way lithium ions dance back and forth between the anode and cathode, to the challenges of battling capacity loss over time, and the man's greed, there's a whole world of science packed into that little powerhouse. But the most amazing part? All of this is happening right in the palm of your hand, every time you use your phone. So the next time you're scrolling through your social media feeds or snapping a selfie, take a minute to appreciate the incredible chemistry and engineering that makes all of that possible. And hey, if you're hungry for more geeky goodness, why not check out some of our other videos? We've got deep dives into topics like how do electron microscopes work, and how do smartphone CPUs work? Trust us, you won't want to miss them. And while you're at it, don't forget to give this video a like, share it with your tech-loving friends, and subscribe to our channel for more mind-blowing science and technology content. We've got plenty more where this came from. Thanks a lot for joining us on this electrifying journey through the world of lithium-ion batteries. Until next time, stay charged up and keep exploring the amazing technology that powers our world. Now, if you don't mind, I'm going to make sure my plants are keeping my home well defended from zombies.